Hey everyone, so normally when I pop up on your For You page, I'm talking about kind of the latest updates with astrology, how it's changing our magic, and what we can expect. Today's video is going to be a little bit different. If you've seen everything that's happening in America right now, the tragedy, the harm, and honestly like absolutely inhumane acts of violence, if you're a practitioner, if you're a witch, it is in my opinion that you are politically involved. Witchcraft has been political for a very, very long time. And so with this ritual, it's a humanitarian aid ritual. Spirit brought it to me about 3 days ago. Full details and breakdown is over on the Substack and YouTube. This is going to be kind of a shorter breakdown. So if you're someone who lives with animals and you need a little bit more information on kind of how to keep the ritual safe, it's a 3-day ritual, 3 days and 3 nights. And all you're going to need, it's going to be pretty simple, is a glass of water. And we're making this offering to the people who are on the ground doing the work who are of justice, because there's a difference between the authority that man has made and the justice that sits within the spirit. Sometimes they are in union, but what we're seeing right now is a trend within what's happening in the world. What is not just in the authority here on earth has been slowly being deconstructed for generations now. And with the challenge and the pushback of that, so that actual just authority can be reconstructed here on the earth, with the pushback of that, this offering is for the people of the earth who are on the work doing justice, for the spirits of justice, free, and truth, and for the highest spirit. So the spell work goes as follows. I'm going to explain the ritual and kind of like where the spell work would go in the ritual. Again, the like super detailed breakdown is on my other platform of Substack and YouTube. But for now, we're going to get it within the 10 minutes that TikTok has. So before you even start, before you even start to speak the spell, your glass of water that's full, you don't want to spill it. Don't let the water spill out. Sometimes we need water to spill. Sometimes we need the rain. Sometimes we need a little bit of chaos. But with this one, it's more of an offering of a full heart. There's a lot of really emotional things that are happening in the world right now. A lot of people's emotions are being turned and are in turbulence. So this is to help make sure that those emotions can be grounded and that the room and the space for a full heart, no matter where this offering grounds, is able to be received. And this water can be, I'm going to leave it kind of like up to discretion at the beginning. Could be moon water you've made if you want to tie it into those other cycles that you're working with. Could be water straight from the tap if you have healthy relationships with the streams and the water spirits around you, with the ocean and those water spirits. Again, discern for you, because we are sitting in our personal private practices and kind of bringing our powers together to bind up some order to make it a little bit stronger. Imagine sending a bajillion text messages. I don't know that a bajillion people will do the ritual, but like sending a lot of text messages to the spirit. If there's a bunch of text messages about something in your phone, you're probably going to pay a little bit more attention. So there's that effect behind it too. So you sit with the water, you hold it to your heart, and before you even start, give your gratitude. We're filling up the cup with the gratitude, okay? Gratitude to you, highest spirit. Gratitude to you, the mother spirit. Gratitude to you, the indigenous spirits of this earth, where we sit, talk, walk, and stand, and where the work is going to land. Gratitude, 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 and keep bringing gratitude until you can feel that it's full, and you're gonna know. You're gonna know. Once the cup is full of gratitude and it's full of water, then you'll speak the spell. And like I said, this is written over on the Substack. May those on the ground in the authority of the spirit and not man alone be offered this water along with justice, free, truth, and the highest spirit. May this water protect, defend, free, and heal the youth which is in all of us. Because if we're doing magic as an offering, and then it's going to be reflected in our practice as well on a personal level. So we're kind of directing that grounding for us on a personal scale. Continuing with the spell. Those who work in the authority of the spirit in love, truth, free, honor, glory, elevation, gratitude, reverence, justice, magic, spirit, liberation, free, and love be offered elevation, safe roads and destinations, and removal from and protection against those that are not just. Remember to take time to adjust to the energy. Things through the spell work will feel like they're shifting a little bit. And we're about to talk about displacement within the spell work. So if you feel like you really need to call on your power, sit in it, stand in it, however it is that you approach the altar, and or where it is that you're going to be placing the glass of water, really ground in it. One of the things that's happening in the spirit right now, one of the like opposing weapons, is that the fighting spirits that are up that are not really of the justice, not really of it, just not of it at all. Okay. Those spirits are using displacement as a tool to cause harm, pain, violence. So while you're speaking and you're doing the spell work, remain grounded in yourself. Don't allow yourself to be within that displacement. as long as it is possible within your, like, the rootedness. Allow the emotions to really come through you. You know, we're working with water. Love you, water. So the water's gonna flow. The water's gonna be there. The water's gonna know. So then again, continuing with the spell work. May those who are being displaced by not just authorities be ushered into a placement encompassing love, truth, free, honor, glory, elevation, gratitude, reverence, justice, magic, spirit, liberation, free, and love. Now, the reason we're using the word encompassing is that no matter where this work starts, if the spirits that this is being offered to, justice, free, and truth, if those spirits are intervening on someone's behalf or stepping in on someone's behalf, that means any of the roads that they're going to take to make it to the placement, as well as the placement, is going to be within those, the love, truth, free, honor, glory, elevation, gratitude, reverence, justice, magic, spirit, liberation, free, and love. Also, you're going to hear that throughout the spell work, that kind of like circle of words. This is one of the spell wards that I use in my practice. And if you're practicing in the coven, which if you do this ritual, you definitely don't have to practice in continuous work in the coven with us. You're more than welcome to join, but you definitely don't have to. Back to the circle of words though, the reason that it's a ward, if you notice, it starts in love and then it also is going to end in love. And what that does is it creates a circle. So we're creating a binding that's just going to continue to round on itself. It's like a wheel and it's a lot harder to be broken. So it's an order of procession as well as discernment and discretion. So continuing with the spell work again. May the return of just authority be easy for the warriors. I'm going to pause with the spell work for a second. Anyone, good, bad, whether you agree with them or not, who's decided to stand up for something within this would be considered a warrior. So this part of the spell work is to make sure that no matter who they are, no matter what side they're fighting on, that the return of just authority is happening. Because if people, in my opinion, in my practice, in my perspective, if people are working in authority that is not just, there's some kind of curse that they're already bound up in that maybe they were born into. And a lot of the times getting out of those curses and bindings of that kind of blood work that you were born into is going to be hard enough. So we're not trying to throw anything extra on them. We're not trying to further displace them. We're trying to make sure that they make it to a place where they are just, asking for them to change. Okay, so let me start that part over. May the return of just authority be easy for the warriors, and may it be in the pace and the embrace of love, truth, free, honor, glory, elevation, gratitude, reverence, justice, magic, spirit, liberation, free, and love. May the truth be revealed justly, without a shield, and may the innocent receive what is due for them in justice, and may the guilty face and be processed through the balancing of the scales of justice. Gratitude, reverence, and love to you, justice, free, truth, and the highest spirit. So it is. Place the water, the glass, on the altar. Leave it there for 3 days and 3 nights. On the third day, in the sun, because we need it to be direct. So even if it's cloudy out, even if it's raining, during the daytime. Sometimes we need the shadows to come in and cover things up, but we need this to happen directly. We need the truth. We're asking for the truth to be revealed. We need that to be done in the light also. Listen, I love you, the shadows, but we got to get the light coming in. We got to get the sun coming in. So on the third day, in the daytime, take the water off the altar, pour it back to the land, pour it back to the earth. Remember at the beginning, we give gratitude to the spirits, speaking the gratitude, right? Do the similar thing at the end. Gratitude, reverence, and love to the indigenous spirits where this water is being poured out. Gratitude, reverence, and love to the spirits who are involved in the work. Gratitude, reverence, and love to you. However it is that you may need to speak on it while you're doing it, how it happens, what you feel is necessary, that's what's going to be the important part for that. The closing of the ritual. Come in and immediately and or as soon as possible, clean out the glass, clear it, cleanse it, wash it, and find a place for it to rest. Now, the reason it needs to be cleansed like pretty immediately thereafter, we need it to be kind of closed immediately. Case closed, let it be done. Also, the cleansings after rituals, it's kind of like the covering of the tracks, okay? If you're walking along in the dirt and your footprints are there, you want to turn around sometimes and sweep it up with the brew. So that's going to be the cleansing at the end, is to make sure that those tracks are covered so that you can't be followed by the not just authorities. All right. That's a really simple version. There's a lot of other kind of details that I go over in the YouTube version. It's about 30 minutes long. Again, for people who might not have like a safe place to put the water for, 3 days time, and just some other details. There's a lot of other like side notes or footnotes that I put in that one. If you're interested in joining the Coven space, there's going to be a link in my bio. It's in the menu of the website. It's called, I think it's Coven and Community or Community and Coven, something similar to that. Not me not knowing my own website, good God. And you'll want to join the Coven support room if you have like questions on the work or you want to connect with other people who are also practicing this. There's no specific time that it needs to be done within in terms of like urgency or within transit dates or things like that. Whenever's going to work for you, whatever's going to be the easiest. So gratitude, reverence, and love to you. Thank you for the brew that you do. Keep doing the work that you need to do for you. And if you decide to practice this, thank you for your hand as well. I'm grateful for you and the ritual spell. That's true. Like I said, Spirit got me up a couple days ago with this one. It just felt like it was time for it to come out. So for now, that's what I have. And I'll talk to you soon.